City, as they finally got promoted. That's right, they're up to League One. Of course, fantastic stuff for them. They joined the Vegans, but of course, who's going to join them in that third automatic spot? 2 games left. We've got the next one coming at you this weekend, and we're going to talk all about it next. Giving a prediction video today. We look forward to match number 45. That's right, of course, over in League 2. And we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and get you bang up to date. All things League 2 related, Level Rose related, world football related. We got all here, boys, under one rooski. That's right, the Vegans are there. Goodness gracious me. Exeter City are joining them. Wow. But of course, who knows? Actually, who bloody knows? Anybody from 3rd all the way down to 7th could get there automatically. In fact, scrap that. There's actually even more than that. All the way down to 8th. Wow, we were 2 games left. Of course, who's going to join them? And of course, we've got a small matter of who's going to be champions. That's right. Exeter still in the mixer, of course, and so are the Vegans as well. Take a look at all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the patrons, guys. Thank you for having, of course, behind the scenes. You know who you are. But anyway, let's recap the results. Of course, that ended, of course, in some midweek games this past Tuesday. But anyway, here are those games. Of course, Barrow, they're safe as houses. Of course, we now know the 2 teams that have gone down. I will elaborate on that in a minute. But it was a 1-0 win for Barrow over Sutton, of course, denting Sutton's hopes for back-to-back promotions, but they're still in the mixer as well on that one. Bradford, 2-1 win over Scunthorpe. Indeed, Bristol Rovers with a 0-0 draw against the Vegans. Exeter City 2-0 win over Rochdale. Part 1 of the job right there. Stevenage 2-0 win over Tranmere, denting their hopes as well. Walsall doing the same for Port Vale, 2-0 win for them. Harrogate with a 3-0 win over Carlisle. Hartlepool picking up a 0-3 loss there. Big win for Swindon. Leyton Orient were involved in a 6-goal thriller, but unfortunately on the losing end. Northampton with a 4-2 win for them. They currently sit in that 3rd spot right here, right now. Mansfield, of course, 2-0 win over Crawley. Newport County with a 2-1 loss against Colchester United. Oldham, they're down despite the protests. 2-1 win. Salford are still in the mixer as well, but only just. They're only just. Are they in the mixer? Are they in the mixer? Yes, they are. They've got 6 points on the horizon. They could still go as high as 4th. Wow. Exeter City, of course, they are there. 2-1 win over Barrow. Mansfield with a 2-0 win over Stevenage. They currently find themselves in 5th spot. They could go up automatically. Swindon, of course, 2-1 win for them. They currently find themselves outside the playoffs for the time being, but of course, touching distance. And Sutton United are in there right now. 73 points on the board. Of course, I'll show you that now. Of course, here is the table. As you can see, the Vegans and Exeter City are through. They are into League One. Of course, they'll be partying throughout the summer as they look forward to a new era for both the sides there. Who's going to join them? Northampton Town, if they win both their games, they're going to be in. Win and you're in. However, draw or lose, of course, they'll open up the floodgates to the likes of Port Vale, Mansfield, Bristol Rovers, maybe even Sutton United as well. Of course, Swindon Town, Salford, still in the mixer, Tranmere as well. And I think even Newport County, can they do it? I think they can't. I think they're just 1 point shy. So Newport County are toast. They're going to have to do it all again next campaign as well. But let's take a look at, of course, you guys. How did you all get on with, of course, that extended match day? And, of course, Shane O'Donnell, Russell Frost kicking ass with 10-piece. Well done to you guys as well. Let's take a look at, of course, what's going on over the board there. And we have Deep at the Great running away with 122 points on the board with Jimmy Watton up there in 2nd spot. That's, of course, from January onwards. Of course, hopefully, next time you see me, we will do the master leaderboard. And, of course, there'll be 1 week of that in May. But, of course, I'm going to bunch in the playoffs and all that kind of stuff to extend it a little bit, so we do maybe have a predictor of the month for the month of May as well. So anyway, still a little bit of spunk to get onto it. There you go. Currently for us, League 2, getting amongst it. Get your name in lights. Of course, these are the games, of course, in the penultimate match day in the final season. So let's or the final stretch of the season. So let's get into it, of course, and see who's going to join the Vegans and Exeter City, according to my eyes, or at least get a little bit closer. Kicking it all off with Carlisle United. Is it Carlisle United? Carlisle up against Stevenage. Of course, now these two sides have played 23 times since 2005. 11 wins for Carlisle, 8 wins for Stevenage, and 4 draws. Of course, just 1 win in 6 for Carlisle right now. 25% form. Up against the Stevenage side, of course, looking at 58% form for them. Just 1 defeat past 5. Of course, Stevenage next season, that's the place to be. Of course, Steve Evans is your man. Last time around over into Carlisle, it was a 4-0 win for Carlisle. That was back in December 2020. The reverse fixture in Stevenage. Stevenage was 2-0 for Carlisle back in December this campaign. Carlisle picking up a 3-0 loss against Harrogate. Of course, Stevenage with a 2-0 loss against Mansfield on this one. Take a look at the odds. The odds are 29-20 for Carlisle, 9-5 is your Stevenage, and 11-5 is your draw. I'm back at a 2-1 win for Carlisle here. I know I just praised Steve Evans. He is the man, I think, that's going to at least get Stevenage a little bit closer to potentially play us next campaign. So we'll look into that, of course, over the summer as we kick on forward to 2022-2023 season. Anyway, kicking off for us, Colchester up against Walsall coming at you as well. Played each other 24 times since 2004. 9 wins to Colchester, 9 wins to Walsall, and 6 draws as well. Colchester, though, winning 4 of the last 6, 6% form heading into this match up against the Walsall side, of won twice in the last 3, 33% form over the last 6, though. Coming at you, though, last time round at Colchester was a 2-1 win for Colchester back in April 2021. The reverse fixture, a 3-0 win for Walsall, and the best got back in December this past season. Of course, coming at you, though, Walsall with a 2-0 win over Port Vale heading into this game. Colchester with a 2-1 win over Newport County. Back-to-back wins for them. Just 1 goal conceded over the last 2 heading into this match. Let's take a look at the odds then. Walsall are actually 2-1 for the rookie, 65 is Colchester, and 9-4 is your draw here. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Colchester. They look good as well. I think they're back to the best, and hopefully they're also going to be back pushing for playoffs next campaign as well. Crawleytown up against Leyton. Orient, again, 2 sides here, of course, just a little bit too far off the pace as we enter the final couple of games. Anyway, played each other 15 times in 2012. 10 was Crawley, 4 for Leyton Orient, and 1 draw at the moment. Meanwhile, Leyton Orient coming into this winning 3 of the last 6, 50% form. Also, Crawley winning 3 of the last 6, 50% form heading into this match. Of course, last time around in Crawley in the league, it was a 0-0 draw. That was back in February 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, a 2-1 for Crawley in Leyton Orient at Brisbane Road back in December 2021. They also played in Crawley in the EFL Trophy Southern Group G back in October. It was a 4-0 win for Leyton Orient over in Crawley as well. In fact, the home side's only won once at the last 6 occasions here, and that's when Crawley beat Leyton Orient 3-0 in Crawley back in March 2017. Meanwhile, kicking off for Leyton Orient with a 4-2 loss against Northampton Town. Crawley with a 3-0 loss against Sutton United, actually in back-to-back games now without a goal. In fact, just 1 goal scored in the last 3, so they are finding in the back of the net a bit of a struggle to score at the moment. Let's take a look at the odds here. We got 6-4 is your Crawley, 13-8 is your Leyton Orient, and 23-10 is your draw here. Back in, of course, a 2-0 for Crawley. You're going to find the back of the net here, and again end the season a little bit strongly, especially at home. Next, of course, the Vegans up against Harrogate Town. Let's get into this one now, shall we go? Of course, now these 2 sides have played each other 3 times in 2023 wins for the Vegans, another for Harrogate, and 0 draws as well. For the screen, of course, 1-2 lost to and drawn 2 over the last 6, 50% form, but they don't care. They really don't care because they're going to be in League 1 next campaign. Meanwhile, Harrogate coming to us on the back of just 1 win in 5, 33% form heading into this match, of course. But last time around in Vegan Land, it was a 2-1 win for Forest Green back in March 2021 on the reverse fixture. Of course, they 4-1 win for Forest Green over in Harrogate. That's back in December 2021. Forest Green picked up a 2-1 loss against Swindon, of course, but they don't care about that, do they? Meanwhile, Harrogate with a 3-0 win over Carlisle. That's right. The odds for this one: Forest Green 11-4 on for the rookie, 15-4 is your draw, and 6-1 is your long shots. Of course, the Vegans will want to end strongly in front of their home faithful, so I do anticipate a win here. 3-1 win in the end. Forest Green Rovers, of course, bowing out in style. Of course, they want that title as well. Next, of course, we have Northampton Town, of course, up against Exeter. Wow, this game would have been a zinger. Still is a bit of a zinger. Of course, Northampton Town in 3rd, Exeter City in 2nd. Again, Exeter City are in League 1, but of course, they would like to become champions as well. Of course, if they win here against Northampton Town, it goes down to the wire. And of course, they could actually become champions in front of the home faithful. Of course, anyway, played each other 15 times in 2012. 10 was Northampton, 3 for Exeter, and 2 draws as well. Just 1 defeat in the past 6 games of Northampton right now, 75% form. Up against Exeter side, just 1 defeat in the past 6, 83% form heading into this match as well. Last time, of course, over in Northampton in the league, outright normal season, of course, was a 2-0 win for Northampton back in February 2020. Of course, they did play each other, the reverse fixture in Exeter back in December 2021. It was a 2-1 win for Northampton Town over in Exeter, of course. They also played each other in the League 2 playoff finals a couple of seasons ago. League 2, Northampton Town were promoted on that one, but of course were relegated the following season as well. But anyway, kicking off for Northampton Town with a 4-2 win over Leyton Orient. They've actually scored what are we looking at? 9 goals over the last 3 games. Meanwhile, Exeter with a 2-1 win over Barrow. Of course, looking at the odds here, 11-10 is your Northampton Town, 21-10 is your draw, 23-10 is your away win here, boys. Back in Northampton Town with a 2-1 win, Exeter City again. Don't really care too much about it because they're there, they're home and dry. But of course, they do want to go out with glory, but I think that will dent their championship hopes into the final game of the season. Meanwhile, Port Vale, again, another big match for them up against Newport County, coming at you on Monday, May the 2nd. A couple of games on Monday night over in League 2. Played each other 8 times 2017, 1 for Port Vale, 4 for Newport County, and 3 draws, of course. Port Vale, back-to-back defeats for them, 67% form, of course, hitting the skids at the wrong time. Meanwhile, Newport County just one win in 6 for them. 25% form heading into this match. Last time, of course, over in Port Vale, it was a 2-1 win for Vale back in, of course, March 2020 on the reverse fixture. Over in Wales, it was a 2-1 win for Newport County back in December as well. The away side's only won once. The last 6, of course, that was when Newport County beat Port Vale in Port Vale back in September 2018. It's been a while, folks. It's been a bit of a while. Meanwhile, Walsall picking up a 2-0 win over Port Vale last time around. Newport County with a 2-1 loss against Colchester. But the odds for this one, though, we do have Port Vale even Stevens for the victory, 11-4 is Newport County, and 9-4 is the draw. I'm back in Vale here with a draw. Oh my gosh, surprise, surprise. That could also dent the automatics big time. Of course, they're still in the mixer for the time being. Kicking on forward, though, it's Rochdale against Bristol Rovers over at Spotlands. Now, these two sides, of course, have played each other around about 28 times in 2002. 10 was for Rochdale, 6 for Bristol Rovers, and 12 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 3, though, for Rochdale right now. 58% form up against a Bristol Rovers side. Unbeaten in the last 5, 67% form heading into this match. Of course, last time around over at Spotlands, it was a draw back in October 2020. That was it in League 1. The reverse fixture over in Bristol. This campaign was a 4-2 win for Bristol Rovers back in, of course, December 2021. Bristol Rovers picking up a 0-0 draw against the Vegans, up against the Rochdale side, of course, who did lose to Exeter City this past campaign. The odds are coming at you for this one. What do we have? We have Rochdale coming at you around about 12-5 at the reaching 9-4 ish draw, on 20-20 is your Bristol Rovers. They are favoured here. I'm going to go with them. Just a 1-0 win. Squeaky bum time. Get over the line. 3 points. Maybe automatics could be on the horizon for them heading into this one. Next, of course, we have another zinger. Chicken dinner is moved to Monday night as well. It's Salford up against Mansfield. Both of them are in playoff contention. Now, these two sides have played each other 4 times since 2019. 2 wins for Salford, 2 for Mansfield, and 0 draws as well. Meanwhile, Salford coming to this, just 1 defeat past 4 for them, 58% form up against the Mansfield Town side. Of course, just 3 wins, 3 defeats at the last 6, 50% form heading into this match. Last time around, of course, over in Salford was a 2-2 win for Salford back in April 2021. The reverse fixture, a 2-1 win for Mansfield back in December this campaign. Yes, Mansfield coming into this on the back of a 2-0 win for Stevenage, back-to-back clean sheets for them up against the Salford side, who picked up a 2-1 win over Oldham. That relegated the Owls last time around. Coming at you, though, the odds for this one, we have 6-5 is your Salford, 2-1 is your Mansfield, and 23-10 is your draw. Will this go the distance? Will they be dragged, of course, to the bitter end for Mansfield or Salford? I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Goals galore on this one, 4-piece in the end. Scunthorpe United up against Hartlepool. Of course, Scunthorpe are down. Hartlepool United, of course, having a fantastic season in the return to the EFL. Of course, now these two sides have played to go to minus 19 times. 10 wins for Scunthorpe, 5 for Hartlepool, and 4 draws, of course. Scunthorpe, though, haven't won the last 14 games, 8% form up against the Hartlepool side. Of course, haven't won the last 7. Of course, two sides desperate for some goals and some points as well. Scunthorpe, 8% form up against Hartlepool, 17%. Last time around, of course, over in Scunthorpe was a 1-0 win for Scunthorpe. That was in League 2 back in October 2013, nearly 10 years ago. Of course, the reverse fixture at Hartlepool was a 0-0 draw. That's back in December, way back when. Meanwhile, Hartlepool picking up a 3-0 loss against Swindon last time around. Of course, Scunthorpe with a 2-1 loss against Bradford last time around. The odds for this one, though, what have we got going on here? We've got Scunthorpe 11-4 for the victory, 11-5 short, and 20-19 on is your Hartlepool. They are red-hot favourites for the victory, despite going a long time without winning themselves. I'm gone with them as well, with a 1-0 win for them on the bloody road. Next up, of course, we have Sutton United, of course, looking for back-to-back promotions, of course, up against Bradford City. Of course, Sparky Hughes, it's not really worked out for him just yet, has it? Of course, played just the one time. Of course, it was the reverse fixture. I'll talk about that in a second. Sutton, though, coming to just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 67% form up against the Bradford City side, just 1 win in the last 6, 42% form for Sparky's boys. Last time around, the reverse fixture, of course, 2-2 it was back at Valley Parade. That was back in December 2021. Bradford picked up a 2-1 win over Scunthorpe last time around. Sutton United with a 3-0 win over Crawley last time around. The odds for this one, though, Sutton are actually 65 on for the victory, 12-5 is your draw, and 14-5 is your Bradford City on this one. Back in, of course, a 1-0 win for Sutton United, denting, of course, Sparky's end to the campaign there. Next, of course, we have Swindon Town against Barrow, of course. Barrow are safe as houses. Phil Brown's done it up against the Swindon side, of course, who are looking to squeak into the top 6. Played just the one time, of course, it was the reverse fixture, and we'll talk about that in a second. Of course, meanwhile, Swindon coming to this winning 3 of the last 4, 58% form heading into this match. Up against Barrow side, of course, just 1 defeat of the last 4 for them, 42% form heading into this match as well. The reverse fixture, of course, the 2-0 win for Barrow in Barrow back in, of course, December 2021. Of course, Barrow picking up a 2-1 loss against Exeter last round. Of course, Swindon with a 2-1 win over the Vegans back on, of course, the 26th of April. That's right. Of course, take a look at the odds then for this one then, shall we? We've got Swindon Town, of course, 20-11 on for the victory, 60-5 is your draw, and 70-4 is your away win. That is, of course, Barrow AFC. 2-1 win for Swindon. They're in the mixer, of course, as we enter the final game of the season. And then wrapping up, of course, Tranmere, of course, up against already relegated Oldham. Remember, Oldham, of course, the founding member, one of the founding members of the Premier League. They're down, they're out. Kiboshed, of course. Played each other 37 times since 1994, 60 wins for Tranmere, 12 wins for Oldham, and 9 draws. Of course, just 1 win and 6 for Tranmere right now, 42% form up against the Oldham side, of course, lost 4 on a bounce, 32% form heading into this match. Last time around over at Tranmere, it was a 2-2 draw back in February 2021. That was in the league. The reverse fixture, of course, a 1-0 win for Tranmere in Oldham back in December 2021. They also played each other a couple other times this season. They've played each other 4 times this season. This will be the 4th time they played each other this season. They also played each other in the EFL Cup back in the match number 1. It was a 4-3 win for Oldham in Oldham. And they also played each other in the EFL Trophy Northern Group as a 3-2 win for Tranmere in Tranmere back in November 2021. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, of course, Tranmere picked up a 2-0 loss against Stevenage. Of course, Oldham with a 2-1 loss against Salford. Of course, that did relegate them last time around. The odds for this one, though, of course, 6-4 honest Tranmere, 5-2 draw, and 50-4 is your Oldham on this one. They're not going to go out with style. 3-1 win in the end for Tranmere. Take the 3 points, of course, keep their dreams alive into the final game of the season. But that is it, guys. Be sure, please, go here to put your picks in. Of course, be sure to smash your thumbs up. It does wonders for your algorithm. It does wonders for the channel. It does wonders for the video as well, of course. But that is it. Smash your thumbs up. Smash your subscribe. Check down below Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, also Patreon. But until then, boys, we're going to be done right now. We'll be back, of course, for the final game of the season. But until then, see you later, alligator.